The chanting, please open the file, page 3. The chanting file, Sahana Bhavatu, then Shangno Mitra, then Purnamada. These 3 chantings. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvi Navadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shamano Mitra Samvarunaha, Shamano Bhavatvaryama, Shamana Indro Brihaspati, Shamano Vishnu Rurukramaha, Namo Brahmane, Namaste Vayo, Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi, Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami, Ritam Vadishyami, Satyam Vadishyami, Tanamam Avatu, Tad Bhaktaram Avatu, Avatu Mam, Avatu Bhaktaram. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyati Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Okay, Noriko-san, どうぞ。
永遠の伴侶スワミ・ブラマーナンダの生涯と教え。心の中にしつこく浮かんでくる雑念をどのようにして抑えたらよいのでしょうか。自分に言って聞かせよ。この思いは私にとって実に有害だ。 私に破滅をもたらすであろうと、この観念を繰り返し心に刻みつけるようにしたまえ。心は非常に暗示にかかりやすいものだから、君が教えることは何でもよく学び取る。それだから、もし識別によって君が霊的生活の喜びと充実感、および世間への執着の愚かさをそれに刻みつけることができるなら、心はそう一層神のことを思うようになり、君は自分がすべての雑念から解放されているのに気づくだろう。人生の最高の理想は神を知ることだ。誰もがこの理想を自分の生活の中に確立させなければならないし、またその理想は決して低くされてはならない。最小のものよりも小さく、最大のものよりも大きい彼が、常に至るところに輝いていらっしゃるのだ。彼は大小すべての生き物の中に宿っていらっしゃる。彼は草木の中に宿っていらっしゃる。その権限の程度に大小はあれ、あらゆる場所に宿っていらっしゃるのだ。その唯一最高の随所に変満する霊を君の理想としたまえ。彼を悟るためにわずかな努力をした後でも、それがどんなに愉快なことであるかわかるだろう。君は彼の中に尽きることのない喜びの泉を見出すであろう。君はすでに十分に人生の一つの面は見てきた。今度はもう一つの面、本当の面を見たまえ。叩けよ、さらば開かれん。一枚のベールが実在を隠しているのだ。それを取り除け。そうすれば彼を見出すであろう。もし君がこの理想の実現のためにもっぱら精を出すなら、君の目の前で全世界が変容するであろう。終わりです。
ありがとうございます。So welcome you all to this monthly satsang at the Vedanta Society of Japan.
では皆様、今月の例会にようこそ。
So as I believe you know, the topic of today's discourse is the power of the name of God.
で皆様ご存知かと思いますが、本日の、テーマは、神様の皆の力。
So I was checking the themes of my monthly discourses. Then 10 years before, there is the same subject, the power of the name of God. But there is no harm even if we repeat some of the things we discussed. And I am sure that neither of you remember what we said 10 years before. And maybe for many of you, it is the first time that you are listening to this theme here in this society.
そのマハラジは10年前の霊界の、テーマを見たら、10年前だけではないんですけれども、10年前ちょうどこのテーマ、神の皆の力、という話もあったんですけれども、おそらく誰も覚えてないし、もう一度それについて話すことも決して悪くはないので、今日も取り上げます。
So, I generally make some notes before giving a discourse so that I have some confidence, because to give extempore is fine, but sometimes suddenly if you forget what will follow next, then it will create a trouble for the speaker. So I generally make a note, but if there is the same topic, first I want to think again, so that it does not become a copy of just repetition of the same thing which I had discussed. Then surprisingly, when I first thought what are the points that I should deal with, then when I compared, I saw some of them are quite common. That is the mind, and something have to be common, because some things are very basic things. So what can be the difference in that? But at the same time, some new points I thought, and then which altogether I would like to share with you.
毎回講話を準備するときにそのテーマについて、深く考えて、いるんですけれども、考えたことと10年前のテーマ、についてノートを書いた内容の、一部は共通している。それはなぜかというと、基本的な、内容が、共通しているだから。けれども新しいこともあるので、それら合わせて、今日発表します。
Now, the basic question is the name of God. So there are three things are here: God, God's name, and the power of it. Isn't it? In this theme, God, God's name, and then power of the name of God.
で神様の名前の力について話すと3つの要素があります。1つ目は神様ご自身、2つ目はその名前、その3つ目はその力です。
Now, is not name a word? What do you say? Is it not a word?
名前というのは言葉ではないですか？
Do you agree? Is it after all a word? Just Ram or Krishna or Jesus or Buddha These are all words. And what is word? If I ask you what is a word, how will you define it? I see so many intelligent young men are here. Huh? What is a word? 言葉は何でしょうか? Well, try. Srinath. Huh?
Expression to describe an object or thing.
Expression to describe a object or thing. Object and thing, how can you differentiate?
One with life and the other one with this Jadavast. One is with Chaitanya, that is like living
Okay.
and non-living.
Living and non-living. Yes, now it's clear. Okay, 日本語。
そして、マハラジは、例えばラーム、クリシュナ、ジスなどがただの言葉ではないですか。そして言葉とは何でしょうか。で聞いたら、スリナットは、
Srinath san.
スリナット G。
Srinath G, yes. That's more correct, more appropriate. In South India, do they use this G? How they refer?
In Telugu, Garu.
Garu. And then Tamil?
Tamil, I don't know.
Srinath.
Kannada, it is Avaru.
Avaru. Then Tamil, you know anyone?
Tamil, I don't know.
None of you. Acha, Bengali, you know?
Da.
Babu.
Yes. He knows and you don't know. What is this?
No, we can't always Dada.
Dada to is a senior, but just in general, Babu.
Oh,
But generally a male person, Babu, but not a female. Then we say Devi or like that. But in Hindi, all G. Ganga Ji, Shiv Ji, that doesn't make a difference.
But you call him Srinath only, Maharaj. You don't have G or Da or Babu.
Because he is younger to me. But for the all, he is senior to you.
Yes.
Okay,
Very old the Atman, Maharaj.
okay, good.
Srinath G は、ある勇気と無気を指す、名前のことです。
Achha, anyone else? Any other definition? Akshay? Sound. Good. Then there are so many sounds of the A, E. Is it a word?
So that was sound with a meaning.
Okay.
アクサイジは、音と意味を合わせたものです。
So then word is basically sound, but articulated sound. Articulated by the sound mechanism of our body. Isn't it? It's articulated. And at the same time, what are the other features? Each word signifies. In that sense, it's a symbol. Each word is a symbol. Signifies either a concrete or an abstract thing. Concrete or abstract.
Articulated, Maharaj, that's a difficult.
Special way.
No, I know the meaning of articulated, but how do you say that in Japanese? つられたかな。言葉というのはきちんと綴られた滑舌を活用して、きちんと発音している、音なんですけれども、口で、言うことで、各音には、ある具体的かつあるいは、長所的なものを、 象徴しているという意味です。
Then inanimate, animate object, then idea also, which is abstract. So concrete and abstract. So in that way, it's comprehensive. It's how it covers word, signifies. So that's why I'm telling it's either concrete or abstract. It signifies something concrete or something abstract. And concrete, then so many things are there. Animate, inanimate. And then some things are in common, so to which we refer common as common noun. And then a particular proper noun, for example. So man in general, then Srinath is a particular name. The women in general, then a particular name. The dog in general, they say gave a particular name of the pet dog. So in that way, so many words are actually we use in our day-to-day life.
例えば、生きているものと生きていないものとか概念も含めて、包括的な意味で使われております。それによって人や物やあと動物などを指す、役割があります。
But at the same time, abstract, for example, love, kindness, charity, it's all abstract, isn't it? We cannot concretize it. We can give some examples of how one can express one's love like that. What are the symptoms of love? But love itself is abstract. Charity. So in that way, abstract also. Ideas also.
概念的なものも指しております。例えば愛でしたり、優しさ、利他性などです。
Well, all these are in one sense finite. But at the same time, words also signify infinity. For example, Om. Om is sometimes described as a word, sometimes as a syllable. So it's also referred to as a word also, Om. Now this signifies the supreme reality, the infinity, the eternal.
そして、有限なものだけではなく無限なものも指しています。例えば音で、音というのは時にはただの音、時には音節、そして時には言葉として捉えられています。
Then again, the name and the person, the name of a person and the person cannot be also separated. How? Suppose Srinath, this name I remember, immediately his appearance appears in my mind. Or when the appearance of Srinath appears in my mind, then Srinath, sometimes I may also forget the name also, but the appearance comes. So in that way, the person and its name cannot be separated in general.
そして、名前と、その名前を指す人、存在を、区別することはできない。例えば、スリナートのことを、スリナートという名前を思い出すと、すぐスリナートの形が心の中に現れてくる。時には、名前を覚えなくてもその形も現れてきます。
Then thoughts and words also cannot be separated, because all thoughts appear in our mind in the form of a word. What do you say?
そして考えたことはもう分離することができます。考えるとき に必ず言葉が心の中に浮かんできます。
For example, you think of visiting Kyokai, you're thinking. So how it will come? Today I shall visit Kyokai. Isn't it? Or today I shall not visit Kyokai. So does it not come in the form of some words? So how you can separate the thoughts and words? So these are also inseparable. Thoughts and words.
例えば今日教会行きますあるいは行かないと考えるときに必ずそれを言葉で考えるから、両方分離できない。
This is how it generally happens, but in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, if you are in a very advanced stage, then you can have the thought without any word. That means it becomes more abstract. So it is possible. So when the meditation is very deep, then only the idea flashes. Only there is idea, no form, no word. But average, I am talking about just in general, what happens in general, that we are talking. Because our point is the power of the name of God.
今までの話は一般的な話ですけれども、パタンジャリヨガストラの中には、瞑想が、かなり進んだら、言葉ではなく、考えだけが心の中に浮かんでくる。それは、概念ですね。その概念だけが、概念のひらめきが現れてきます。
Then, what's effect? Think as regarding the effect of words. If it's a pleasant word or if it's an unpleasant word, see the difference. If you call a man, you are stupid, what will be the reaction? What will be the reaction? You understand, you can guess. Then you say, oh, you are so kind man, you are so intelligent. Then again you imagine what will be the reaction. So there's a clear difference between these two. Effect of word, I should say. It's very evident, isn't it? So if the word is a pleasant word, then one feels happy. Kind words are happy. But it's unpleasant word, abusive word, then it makes one angry, sad, depressed. So this is the power of the word, because always refer to the theme, power of the name of God. That's why I'm explaining all these things in general, then we'll come to the topic.
そして言葉の効力、あるいは日本語でも言霊というんですけれども、その言葉を発言した結果として何が起こるんでしょうか。例えばある人に向かって心地よい言葉を言う。例えばあなたはとても優しい、とても頭がとてもいいで喜びます。でもその人にあなたはバカ
で怒りませんか？とても怒ります。
なのでその内容によって結果は全然違いますね。
Then vibrations. Ordinary, positive, negative. You see, for example, if you just repeat just an ordinary word, water, 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 so nothing special. But if you repeat Ganga water, Ganga water, Ganga water, immediately some holy water, there will be some special vibration of it and effect on it, isn't it? It's positive. Then again, if you say repeat drain water, drain water, drain water, so what will be the image on the mind? What will be the vibration? So you see clearly, you can make the differences. Just an ordinary word or word with some holy association, or a word with some dirty association or unholy association. Each has its effect, each has its vibration. So it's everything, I think it's everyone's experience that it really happens like that.
それぞれの言葉に波動があります。肯定的と否定的な、波動があります。例えば、ただ単にお水を繰り返すと何の反応がない、波動が出ないけれども、ガンガーウォーター、ガンガーの水を繰り返すと、すぐにその聖なるイメージと連動させ、良い波動を、醸し出すんですけれども、下水というと、また汚いものと連動させ、悪い波動が出ます。
And sometimes this impact is quite deep.
で時にはその、影響がとても深いです。
I remember when 3 years before, 2019, I had gone to Bangalore. There is an Vivekananda Yoga Research Institute. Then I stayed there for some 3 weeks. And then I heard one eminent speaker who was formerly the head of an institution, educational institution. So he told during his talk that in high school, a particular grade, there are 2 sections. The students were divided into 2 sections, a particular grade. They are senior boys. So one section, so they are just studying, they are attending the classes. But the other section, he advised that before each class, there will be several classes on several subjects, isn't it, every day? Mathematics, physics, chemistry. Then he taught the teacher of a particular subject who would take the class on that section, that the boys should chant for 2-3 minutes Om. And it would continue for, I would say, 1 or 2 months. 2 months it would continue like that. So you understand the situation? So particular students, the students of a particular section, before each class they would chant Om for 2-3 minutes before every class. And it would continue for about, say, 2 months like that.
ジョサマハラジは2019年、バンガロールのビベカナンダヨガ、研究所に宿泊した時にあるHe was former head or head? The head of the nation? Former. 元ある、教育機関の元院長の講演を聞きました。で、彼が、ある、高校、に行ってこういう、実験と言ってもいいかな、を行いました。ある高校のクラスは2組に分かれていました。1組は普通通り勉強とか授業をされていたんですけれども、もう1組の、1つのクラス、そこは数学とか物理学、科学いろいろあったんですけど、その1つのクラスの先生に、学生さんに、授業が始まる前に 2,3 分ほどオウムを唱えてくださいとアドバイスして、それは1ヶ月か2ヶ月ぐらい続けてください。
And this experiment was done before the examination.
その試験の前でしたね。試験期間の前でした。
And then, when the result of the examination was published, then it was seen that the second group, which was chanting Om, they did much better, they performed much better than that group which did not chant anything. So you see how profound is the impact of this type of chanting.
その、試験が終わったら、その2組の成績を見たら、何も唱えていなかった組に比べて、オウムを唱えた組の成績は、とても良かったですね。
So it will encourage you who are now, some of you are maybe parents or going to be parents, to train the children in that way, that it has some positive bearing on their character, on their study, on their behavior pattern, and also oneself to practice.
そして、これを用いて、子供を持ってる、あるいはこれから、お父さんお母さんになる方々が自分の子供に対してオウムを唱えるように、指示すると、その良い結果は、性格や勉強の、やり方とか効率、そして行動パターンなどにも現れてくるんですね。もちろん自分自身も唱えなければならないです。
Then again, we should also remember that the name of God, when we say that power of the name of God, it means so Shiva, Durga, so gods and goddesses, Narayana, Vishnu, but at the same time also incarnations of God it includes. The incarnations of God, in Hinduism we are quite familiar with this word, incarnation. So, for example, Rama or Krishna or Buddha or Jesus, or in this age, Sri Ramakrishna. So, chanting the name of these incarnations of God will also produce the same effect, as basically there is no difference between God and the incarnations of God. Because inside the incarnation there is only God. So externally he has the appearance of a man, but internally he is just God, full of God. So in that sense we say that the effect of chanting of the name of God or the incarnation of God is the same.
そして、神様の名前の、力というのは、普通、考えると、インドのさまざまな神々が、おられるんですけれども、例えばシバ、ナラヤナ、ヴィシュヌ、などですが、アバタラ、神様の化身の名前も同じ、力が持っています。例えばラーム、クリシナ、ブッダ、ジースス、そしてこの私たちが生きている時代のスリーラマ・クリシナ。なぜかというと、神の化身と神様は一緒ですから、神の化身の中には神様しかおられませんので、同じです。
Then again, an example is used, or an example is given, I should say, of a seed. The name of God, or in one sense the mantra, is like a seed of a tree. So have you seen the seed of a banyan tree? Has anyone of a chance to see a banyan tree? No, none? So I have seen. So banyan tree, the seed is very, very small, even smaller than a mustard seed. Very small. But when it is sown, that seed of a banyan tree, you see, it has the potentiality of becoming so big, so huge. In West Bengal, there is a banyan tree. There is a botanical garden in Kolkata. Have you seen any one of you? Anyway, so in that botanical garden, there is a very old banyan tree, and you cannot know what is the trunk of it. It has so many shoots and then became trunks like that. Now, huge tree. So such a small seed grew to be such a huge dimension, a thing of a huge dimension. So the mantra or the name of God is compared with that. It's very small, just 3 letters, Ram, or 2 letters, Krishna or Vishnu, or 3 or 4 letters like that. But it has such a huge potentiality that our life will be like a banyan tree where it will give shelter to so many suffering souls. And of course, flowers and fruits, like there's a mango tree or like that, all the seeds are very small, isn't it? If you compare with the tree, the seed and the trees, seed will be always small. Then when it becomes a tree, then it's so many fruits and flowers. So power of the name of God is in that way, it is explained. It sounds, you should say the words are very small, letters are very few, small, but at the same time, it has huge potentiality that our spiritual life will assume a huge dimension by repeating the name of God, by repeating the name of the incarnation of God.
What is this banyan tree?
Bodaiju?
Bodaiju. That Lord Buddha sat on a banyan tree. Yes, I thought about that. 神様の、名前も種に例えられています。例えば皆さんはバニヤン、菩提樹の種見たことありますか？非常に小さくてからし種より小さいんですけれども、あんなに大きな木が出てきます。でマハラジがそのカルカッタにある植物園の、菩提樹を見たことあるんですけれども、とても大きくて、その根はどこまで届くのかわからないほど長いですね。木が大きくなるといろんな苦しんでいる人たちの、私たち、その大きくなった、自分の霊的な成長の木が多くの人の木陰、苦しんでいる人の木陰、という役割も果たします。で他の木のことも考えると同じでしょう。マンゴーとか果物の木、考えると果物に比べていつも、種はとても小さい、けどその大きな木がそこから出ます。
でいろいろ果物、花が出ます。Then the example you see is the author of one of our 2 famous epics of India, Ramayana and Mahabharata. So who is the author of Ramayana?
Valmiki.
Or not Ramananda Sagar? Yes. Yeah. might have been a possible answer, because there is a question, who is the wife of the 5 Pandavas? So the answer was Rupa Ganguly. Eh? So that's why I'm asking, so whether you know that is Valmiki or Ramananda Sagar. So Ramananda Sagar ga Raman Suite so serial arimasu kore video. So video no director wa Ramananda Sagar desu. ですね。でそれは皆さんがそのビデオとても人気ですから、それ誤解の可能性あります。例えばある人はラマヤン読んでないですから、確かビデオを見ましたから、そのディレクターの名前がディレクタープロデューサーディレクタープロデューサー And who is the director? Both. So producer and director. So someone who これある見たことあるビデオの名前さ、ラマノンダサガーありますから、多分ラマノンダサガーかもしれないが、その女子誌を作る人はラマノンダサガーかもしれない。でそれの誤解の可能性あります。最近あまり本読んでないですからね、本当の本ですね。それの可能性ありますから、ちょっとジョークしましたですね。So actually the author is named Maharshi Valmiki. Valmiki, the great sage. But to become very brief, he was before a robber named Ratnakara. Then he would live in a forest, and any passers-by would go with some money or something, jewels or something like that. So he would kill and rob him of the money. And on one such occasion, Narada happened to pass through the forest. So again the Ratnakara came and wanted to kill him. Then Narada said, okay, first I have a question for you. You are killing so many persons and you have robbed their money and jewels and other things. And surely you have incurred sins by that. So, may I ask you that is there anyone to share your sin with you, or no? So if there is no one to share your sin with you, then you have to suffer for the sins you have committed so far. Then Ratnakara said, no, I have my family, I have my parents, so they will share my sin, because in that way I maintain the family. Then Narada said, okay, you please go and ask. Then Ratnakara said, oh, I understand. When I go for asking them, then you will run away. So Narada said, no, you tie me with a tree so that I don't run away. Ratnakara said, yes, it can be done. So he tied Narada with poor Narada with the tree and had gone, you know the story, gone to his family members. First he asked his parents. Parents, you see, I am doing all this, I am the profession of a robber, I am killing and all these things to maintain you. So I am sure you will share. So no, why should we share your sins? Because we nurtured you. Now it is your duty to look after us. So I don't bother how you earn the money, because it is your duty to look after us. So you are looking after. So if you commit, earn the money in an unethical way, in such a way, we are not going to share. Then we were so much disappointed and frustrated and afraid also. Then he had gone to his wife. So at least wife will share with me my sins. Then wife told, why? Why should I share your sin? Because you married me, so it is your duty to maintain me. But I don't bother how will you maintain. So if you earn money in that way, so then it is, I'm not going to share this. It will be your sin only. Then Ratnakar, first time he realized there is no one to share with him. All the sins he committed, he had to suffer the effect of it. Then he came, ran back, and then fell at the feet of Narada. Please save me. Then Narada initiated him with the mantra, what?
Rama.
Rama. But he first could not pronounce also Rama. Because he had such a great sinner, he would say Mora, Mora, Mora. You know that? Then finally Mora became Rama. So that's the story. So this is an example how is the power of the name of the God. So the plunderer, the robber, Ratnakara, was transformed into saint, sage, great sage Valmiki, who composed Ramayana. This is one example.
A little bit long, Maharaj.
Make it short. It's interesting.
ラマヤーナ、というインドの最も有名な叙事詩の一つを書いた、方の名前は、マハリシ・バルミキですけれども、バルミキが、聖者になる前に、森に住んでその近く取ってた人たち、を、強盗して殺したりしてました。彼の前の名前はラトナガラでした。で、ある時ナラダ、そこも通ってたんですけれども、強盗して殺そうとした時にナラダは言いました。ちょっと待ってください。一つ、お聞きしたいことがある。それを答えたら、私を持っていることを盗んでもういいですよ。で、ラトナガラが言いました。じゃあでは何ですか。で、ナラダは、ではあなたはいろんな人を殺して、彼らの、持っているものとか宝石とかなどを、取っているんですけれども、その結果たくさんの罪を犯しているんです。それは、誰を追うんですか？あなただけですか？あるいはそれを他の人と共有できるんですか？で、彼は考えてました。いや、きっと私の家族もその負担を分けて、負うでしょう。だって私は彼らのために、盗んで、殺してるから。で、ナラダは、ではあなたの家族に聞けばよい。でも私は家族のところに戻るとあなたは逃げてしまうんじゃないですか。で、ナラダは、では私を木に縛ってください。で、ラトナガラ、
Then he tired and then
そして彼をその木に、結んで、家族のところに行きました。で、最初はお父さんお母さんのところに行きました。きっと、両親だから、はい、その罪の結果も分け合って、負うでしょうと考えたんですけれども、両親に自分の本当の仕事を伝えたら、いや私たちは決してあなたの罪の結果を受けないでしょう。私たちの責任はあなたを育てることでした。で、もう大きくなったから私たちをなんとか食べさせて養うことがあなたの務めだから、あなたの、責任です。私たちには責任がありません。で、とてもがっかりして、で、奥さんのところに行きました。少なくとも奥さんが分け合ってくれるでしょうと思ってたら、奥さんも同じように言いました。いいえ、私は決してあなたの責任を負いませんよ。私と結婚したから 私を養うことはあなたの責任でしょう。私は、あなた、どんな方法も構いませんが、その方法、を実践した結果、あなたの、責任なので、私は決して分かち合いませんよ。受けないでしょ。で、それを聞いた、ラナガラは初めて、罪の結果全部自分で負わなければならないと、いうことが理解したので、走ってナラダのところに行って、彼の足元に、触って言いました。尊い人よ、私を救ってください。マントラを教えてください。でもちろんロープを外してでナラダが教えましたけれども、最初は、ラーマの名前を教えたんですけれども、たくさんの罪を犯してたためラーマをきちんと発音できなくて、その逆、マーラ
モラ
マーラ
ラモモラ or just opposite モラ、
What is モーラ
モララモモラ
I cannot make it into Japanese.
Okay, just say it, just pronounce it モラあが伸ばしますね、モラ
で、やがて正しく発音することができ、泥棒から聖者へ進化しました。
So this is a transformation. Sinner became a saint. So これは一つ例です。昔の。Then in the recent time, in the modern age, among the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, we know the story of Gopalirma. You know Gopalirma. So Gopalirma also a widow. She was also chanting the name of Gopala, that's Krishna. And then she also became a saint. So Jopi Siddhesha, by chanting the name of Gopala only for 30 to 40 years, then he finally had the vision of Gopala. He says the child Krishna was always around her, helping her, then demanding food from her. So that way he just had the vision of the Lord. So this is one example which we find among the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. Gopal's mother.
こちらは、先ほどの、例は古代の例ですけれども、私たちが生きている今の時代の例を申し上げると、スリラマクリスナの Was he disciple, Maras? そうですね。
Yes.
スリラマクリスナの、直弟子であったゴパレルマ、ゴパレルマは若いうちに未亡人になりました。で、30、40年間ぐらい、赤ちゃんのクリシュナの、名前を唱えた結果、やがてビジョンを絶えずに、あったんですね。赤ちゃんのクリシュナが周りを走ったり、家事の手伝いもしたりしてたんですけれども、食べさせてくださいとかそういう要求もしていました。
Now, not only in Hinduism, in other faiths, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, there's a tradition of chanting the name of the Lord.
これはもちろんヒンズー教だけではなく、仏教、キリスト教、イスラム教の中にもこの伝統があります。
For example, in Buddhism, there is Namo Amida Butsu. So the one mantra is there, they chant. Then Christianity, may Jesus and Mary have mercy on us. Ave Maria. Then in Islam, they just chant Allah, 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 Allah. And some, there are Sufi saints, they say chant on al haq. So I am that. So it's similar to Vedanta, that Aham Brahmasmi. So, and for that, because traditional Islam will not allow that, so they persecuted these Sufi saints. Now, anyway, but mostly among the Sufis, there is this tradition of repeating this name, Allah, Allah, Allah. So, in many Islamic, religious traditions, this is their practice of repeating the God's name.
例えば仏教の中で、ナムアミラ仏、キリスト教の中で、例えば、イエスと、イエス私を憐れみたまえ、イスラム教では、アッラ、アッラ、その中には、スフィハは、アンナルハクという私と神が一体であるという言葉ですけれども、ベダンタのハンブラフマンシとよく似ている、言葉です。もちろん、イスラム教の中ではこういうよく認められていない、伝統ですので、このスーフィの聖者たちが迫害を受けました。
Now there are various methods of spiritual practice, for example, prayer, meditation, unselfish work as an instrument of God, then path of discrimination between the real and the unreal, and to realize the reality. But for all these practitioners, this japa, chanting, help a lot.
霊的な実践にはいろんな種類があります。例えば祈り、瞑想、無視の精神で、働いて神様の奉仕として捧げるの、カルマヨガ、そして、自主祭と非自主祭を、識別する道、ギャナヨガなどはあるんですけれども、これらの道を、歩んで実践している方にはジャパ、神様の名前を唱えることはとても助かります。
Now, the japa itself is a great spiritual practice.
ジャパ、神様の名前を唱えること自体は大きな、霊的な修行の一つです。
And the feature of this yoga that it is quite easy. That's why Swami Brahmanandaji, the spiritual son of Sri Ramakrishna, is himself a great spiritual personality, is to say that japa is a sahaja yoga. So jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, karma yoga, like that, raja yoga. So it is a sahaja yoga, easy yoga, easy to practice. So he is to describe this japa like that, sahaja yoga.
で、ジャパの特徴を申し上げると、簡単に行うことです。ブラフマナンダジ、スリラマクリスナの直弟子で、彼自身も、偉大な聖者でしたけれども、カルマヨガ、ギャナヨガ、などもあるんですけれども、ジャパを唱えることをサハジャヨガ、簡単なヨガと名付けました。
So it is said in Sanskrit, japat siddhi, japat siddhi, japat siddhi. So you understand the meaning? That means just by chanting, you will have the successful realization of God will be possible. Japat siddhi, japat siddhi, japat siddhi. So just by without doing any other spiritual practice, just by chanting the Lord's name continuously, repeatedly, then one can have the realization of God.
でサンスクリット語で、ジャパーシティという言葉があるんですけれども、その意味はジャパを唱えることによって、成功する、この成功というのは、求めている成果を得る、つまり神様を悟ることができる。
Now, why it is said Sahaja Yoga, Kantana Yoga? Because, easy, because no previous practice is necessary, previous preparation is necessary. For example, you see Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it says yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana. So all this then, jnana yoga, sama, dhamma, then separate nitya, nitya, vastu, viveka, yaha, mutra, phala. So all this preparation, the study of scriptures, requirements are there. Then karma yoga must have a stout body. Otherwise, how can you do work? Then bhakti yoga, so there are also other things are there. Long time, you have to pray for a long time. Then ritualistic worship, and then all these things are there. But this is just, as I say, no previous preparation. This is the important point. No previous preparation or special preparation is not necessary for practicing this japa yoga. So,
どうしてサハジャヨーガというと、簡単に言うと事前準備が必要ないからです。他のヨーガを考えると、例えばラジャヨーガ、パタンジャリヨーガスートラに書いてる、瞑想に、本当のラジャヨーガの実践に入る前に、ヤーマニヤーマプラティハラダラナディアナ、が必要ですね。ベダンタあるいはギャーナヨーガの実践に対して、ダーマシャマ、ニティアニティアシャントビベカ
nitya, nitya, vastu, viveka,
バストビベカ、
yaha, mutra, phala, bhoga, viraga. So,
などという
without craving any result of the work.
もう執着になって識別しなければならないし、聖典の学習も必要し、カルマヨーガを行うことにあたって、強い体がないと働けない。あとバクティヨーガ、には長い、祈りとか長い時間の祈りとか、儀式の、儀式を行うことも必要あるので、ジャパに比べて極めて複雑でいろんな準備が必要です。
Then again, one can chant, repeat, any time. There is no special time for that. For the meditation, we say, better you should do it in the morning. But chanting the God's name any time, morning, noon, night, evening, any time we can practice, number one. Then any place, no specific, for example, shrine or temple, no. Even in bathroom, in toilet, you see, so not that means there should be some clean place or pure place without any regard for that. So any place you can chant the name of God. Then in any situation, while traveling by train or in a marketplace, it should be always calm and quiet. For example, meditation. You cannot do meditation in a marketplace. Can you? It needs some special environment. But for chanting the name of the Lord, no special circumstances is necessary. Environment is necessary. In any situation, then in any condition, physical condition. So suppose you have headache, suppose you have some disease. So it's difficult for you to do karma yoga, isn't it? Then it's difficult for you to do meditation. Suppose you have back pain. So it's difficult for you to meditate, to sit straight and like that. But irrespective of your physical condition or other condition, good, bad, or mental condition, stress, No, it's not necessary. So in whatever condition you have, you are put into it, you can chant the name of Lord. And then anyone, man, woman, see, poor, rich, young, old, sinner, saint, everyone can do. And the result that it will help. So this is one thing. So that's why, in that sense, isn't it? So everyone has a scope, everyone has a chance. It is so optimistic. It's so positive, no? Sahaja yoga, because as I said, no previous preparation is necessary, no special circumstance, nothing is necessary. You just chant internally. You just chant, repeat the name of the Lord. So it does not depend on any other condition like that, special condition.
さらにはジャパ神様の名前を唱える、ことにあたって、いつでも唱えることができる、お昼、朝早く、夕方、夜、いつでも大丈夫です。瞑想はだいたい朝の方が実践すべきだと言われているんですけれども、神様の名前となるには特別な時間が必要がありません。また特別な場所も必要がありません。普段より清潔で神聖な場所で霊的な実践が必要と言われているんですけれども、神様の名前をどこでも唱えることができます。例えばお風呂とかトイレに入っても唱えても大丈夫です。そしてどんな状況にあっても唱えることができます。例えば電車の中に、あるいは市場、とても賑やかなところに行っても結構です。瞑想はさすがに市場とか非常に賑やかなところで実践できない。あとはどんな体の調子、体と心の調子と関係なく唱えることができます。例えば、病気でしたり頭が痛くても唱えることができます。背中が痛いと瞑想に座ることができないんですけれども、ジャパを唱えることができます。ストレスがいっぱいかかっている時にも、ジャパを唱えることができます。あと誰でも唱えることができます。男女老若、お金持ちでも貧乏でもどなたでも、区別することなく、唱えることができるため、非常に楽観的な、何でしょうか、楽観的な、非常に希望を与える言葉でしょう。無条件で、唱えることができるからです。
Then another thing is this: God has put all His attributes in His name. So what are the God's attributes? See, for example, His compassion, harmony, purity, universal love, joy, freedom, truth, supreme knowledge. These are the attributes of God, isn't it? These are all divine qualities. Purity, universal love, harmony, compassion, joy, freedom, truth. So He has put all His attributes into name, in His name. So that means by chanting His name, we can also possess these attributes.
そして、神様は、自分のご自身の名前に、ご自身の性質を、盛り込んでいます。それは例えば、慈悲深さ、清潔さ、 神聖さ、普遍的な愛、自由、調和、喜び、真理、真実、私たちがその、皆を唱えることによってその性質も自分のものにすることができます。
So I think this point you should understand a little better. That means if we think of a particular person or a particular object, the nature of that person or that object will have some impact on me. You understand what I say? If we deeply think or repeatedly think of a person or an object, then the nature, every object and person has a nature, isn't it? So we will also slowly that nature and you see also impact us. So Swami Niranjananandaji, he was one of the young disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. So he and his friends were very fond of planchet. Planchet, you know, calling the departed souls through planchet, you know. And one has to be a medium. Now, how they do it? So, suppose they want to call the spirit of a dead person. So then they have to think deeply about the dead person, the deceased person. And this, obviously after death, we call this ghost, isn't it? Actually it becomes the ghost like that, the spirit. Now if one goes on thinking deeply on the departed souls, or that means ghosts, then what will happen? So all the ghosts, which are basically all the tamasic stage, will impact him and make him tamasic. So when this Niranjan, with his friends, with whom he had that's sitting for planchet, visited Sri Ramakrishna, then Sri Ramakrishna told him, Niranjan, if you continuously think of ghost, you will become ghost. But if you think of God continuously or repeated, then you will become God. So these are the two options. What option you would prefer? Huh? What option you would prefer? One, see, it's very clear. And it's very psychological also, isn't it? If you continuously think of the departed soul, which are basically ghosts, then you will become ghost. Your nature will be like that of a ghost. And on the other hand, if you think of God, then you will become God. That means you will have the godly attributes. So what do my boy, what would you like to do? So what would be the answer? Srina? So of course, who wants to be a ghost? No one wants to be a ghost. Ashish, are you listening? So, what would be your option? God. Obviously, this is the answer, which is expected of everyone. Okay. Surely we would like to become God. So then he understood the logic of Sri Ramakrishna, of what Sri Ramakrishna said. And then he left the company of those friends who were fond of this sitting for planchet and became a very close disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Niranjanananda. So this is the logic. So I say, when we think of God, then we possess also the attributes of God. Is it clear to you? So in that way, in a very natural way, without especially cultivating the sama, dhamma, and then yama, niyama, you just, as the son inherits the property of his father, for that he has not to strive something special. Does he need? Or just by automatically he will inherit the property of his father. So what they call it? Patrimony. Patrimony? So,
Yes,
Inheritance. Inheritance. So, in the same way, we're all the children of God. Who produced us? God who produced us. So then God is our Father. So if we think of God, then we will also inherit. We'll have the inheritance. And what are those properties of God? God's property is not land or jewel or money, bank balance. His property is compassion, love, purity, truth, freedom, joy. So then is it not something very, I should say, lucrative in one sense, which is for which you should strive, so that we can inherit the property of God by chanting His name. And the easiest way is this.
Again, long words.
You can?
私たちがある人とかものを考えると、その性質に影響されます。で、これに関する、逸話があります。物語があります。スリラマ・クリスナの直弟子ニランジャナナンダジが、僧侶になる前によく友達と一緒に高齢術わかる、やってました。金属の円盤を使ってそこを死んだ人の魂によく集中して、その人の魂が自分の体に降りてきて、で自分の手を動かしてメッセージとか書いたりするんですね。でよくやってたんですけれども、彼は友達と一緒にスリラマクリスナのところを訪れた時に、自分がやってることを報告して、スリラマクリスナがいました。あなたが何が欲しいですか？もしあなたが、常に、幽霊のことを考えたら、あなたは幽霊になります。一緒に魂的な存在ですけれども、もしあなたは神のことを常に考えたら神になります。どっちがいいですか？どっちになりたいですか？で、ニランジャナナンダジが
アシュシャン、どちらがそうです。誰でも幽霊になりたくないですね。死んだ後わからない。ですから今生きている時幽霊になりたくないですね。ね、
でニランジャナナンダジがもちろん神になりたい。でその時から前の友達と、たもと分かって、実践的なその 霊的な実践に励んで偉大な魂になりました。元の話に戻ると、シャーマダマなどの特別な事前準備が必要ないし、私たちはおのずと私たちの、父である神の財産を、受け継ぐことになる、特別な資格がないのですね。子供が親からこの財産を受け継ぐときに特別な条件とか資格が必要ないと同じように、私たちも神様の財産を受け継ぐですけれども、それは、慈悲、愛、純粋さ、神聖さ、自由、喜びなどです。で自分、ずるいことを考えると自分の利益になるためこういうふうに考えた方がいいのではないですか、皆さん。
Now, something we should remember, I think, so far as practice is concerned, to do as many times as possible every day. Number one. Number two, continue until the last day of our life. Number three, to practice it every day by sitting for some time, and then at other times, you say you are free. to do it in either by walking or like that. But for some time, every day you must sit and then chant. Then you can continue with it at other times also. So that's a basic one requirement which I just rather suggest. So 3, to do as many times as possible a day, then to continue until the last day of our life. And number 3, to practice every day by sitting for some time.
先ほど、無条件と言いましたが、おすすめは、こちらの3つの、ポイントです。実践にあたって。1つ目は、1日、できるだけ、唱えてください。毎日ですね、1日の間にできるだけ何回も唱えてください。2つ目は、生きてる、最後まで唱えてください。最後の日まで、生きてる間に最後の日まで唱えてください。で、3つ目は、少なくともある時間を決めて座って唱えることです。もちろん他の時、歩いたり座ったり、いろんな仕事をしながら、唱えてもいいんですけれども、少なくとも座って唱える、習慣も作ってください。
Then, you see, how to chant. So the thing is this, chanting the name of God must be slow and distinct. I just give you the example. Om Namah Shivaya. So suppose this is the mantra, then when you chant it, this is one how we can do Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. See, for example, you see sometimes some the devotees chant the Sahasranam or Vishnu Sahasranam. So now Vishnu Sahasranam is a first line, Yasya Smarana Matrena, and then Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. Now 1000 names, Vishnu. It takes quite a long time if you do it slowly. So the natural tendency is like that in this type of sitting, when there is a Vishnu Sahasranam or chanting, the trend is that as early as possible we can finish it, because it will be followed by other programs. So there will be some socialization, then food and all these things. So we cannot afford to devote much time to this chanting of the Sahasranam, which actually is the purpose of the program. So in that way, the basic purpose is defeated. If you just do it very quickly, then mind will be directed to what? Time, not to the Lord. Because how quickly you can finish, if that is the purpose, quickly it's time, isn't it? So the mind is then directed not to the Lord, not to Vishnu, but to the clock. So people do not really think deeply about all these things. They think, you see, we have done some merit like that, punya, we have done some punya by chanting Sahasranama. But actually, as I said, the basic purpose of chanting is what that? You see, to chant with concentration, with faith, that will not be possible. So I really appreciate this type of chanting in these sessions. But at the same time, this should be also, we should bear in mind. So that's why chanting should be done. Our Guru said 108 times. So then Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. So rosary, So Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. So within 5 minutes, we have to finish. Because then next I have to check my mobile, what message has come. So if that is the, you see, mind works in that way, What effect do you expect from this chanting of 108 times the mantra or the God's name? There will be no effect. It will be chanting, but it will be without chanting without any effect. So that's why it is advised. You see, important is how many times you have done, how long you have done. Do it rather, you see, few times less. Make it time is duration shorter, but do it with concentration and faith and respect. So this is the condition.
そしてジャパを唱えるときはどのように唱えるべきか、それはゆっくりと、それぞれの言葉をよく聞こえるあるいは考えるようにすることです。オムナマシバーヤというマントラがあるんですけれども、時には人が早く終わらせたいから、とても早口で唱えるんですけれども、早く終わらせたいという気持ちが強いと、神様のことを忘れてしまいます。同じようにヴィシュヌ・サハスラム
thousand names of Vishnu.
そう、ヴィシュヌ神様の、一千の、名前があるんですけれども、それを唱えると、功徳を積むという、ことが信じられていることから人を集めて一緒に唱えるイベントがあるんですけれども、そのイベントの時に、食事とかおしゃべりとかその他のこともあるので、できるだけ早くこの一線の名前を唱えたい傾向がある。でその結果、神様のことではなく、時計のことに集中して唱えるので効果がない。効果がないと唱える意味もないです。なので、どれほど長くて、何回唱えたというよりも、よく集中して、尊敬と信仰を持って唱える方がいい。つまり量よりも質の方が大切です。
Because I have some experience of attending the Sahasranama session. So from my experience I am telling. It's not that I am just guessing, something, imagining, not like that. So, Srinath, what do you say? Sometimes does it not happen like that, in that way? How quickly you can finish? Anyway, so I just gave an example. So, but about other also the same thing. So the disciple was initiated 100. Now, another thing is this. Chanting should be there. So there are many details are there. That means in a very a voice, I should say, low voice chanting, Om Namah Shivaya. Then another is just moving the lips and the tongue. And the third one, the best one is the without actually uttering, or in even a low voice, or just moving your lips or tongue. Mental chanting is best because you can do it anywhere. So, irrespective of the environment, if you practice the chanting mentally, then you can practice it anywhere. That's the most positive part of it.
唱えるときにも、声を出して唱えると、唇と、舌だけを動かす、あまり聞こえないようにすることとか、もう一つは、最善の実践方法が、無音、つまり音を出さないで心の中で唱えることです。この心の中で唱える、とどんな状況にいても唱えることができるためベストだと考えられています。
Then I shall just give you an example. I shall little fast. You see, every day, how many times? For a few times. So, for example, just after getting up from the bed, I mean, getting up from the sleep, you chant a few times. Then,
Can I-例えば起きるときに、数回ぐらいマントラを唱えてくださ
then morning meditation time,
Mm.
chanting time.
い。で、瞑想をするときにも。
Then before you go out for work, so then you just chant a few times.
仕事に出る前、家から出る前に。
Then during travel, going to office by some transport, bus or train, you can chant a few times.
まあ、交通機関を使うときにも唱える。
Then before starting the work, during the work, and at the end of the work.
仕事始まる前、仕事してる間、そして仕事が終わった後にも唱える。
Just 5 times, 10 times you'll also do.
5
Then-
回、10回でも構いません。
Then after reaching home, returning home,
うん
you can.
で、家に着いたら、その時にも唱える。
And then every time when you take some food, either it's breakfast or lunch or dinner, just offer it to the Lord mentally. So in that way also you remember the Lord.
で、まあ、飲食するたびに必ず、唱えて、その飲食を神様に捧げてください。
And surely just lying before sleep, that time also you chant a few times.
そして寝る前に、数回ぐらい唱えてくださ
So
い。
these are the examples how you can chant throughout the day.
こちらは日常生活の中に唱える、例です。
Then how this chanting job helps? I just briefly discuss the points. No time to explain. So as you know, through the if you see want to buy some product, and if you search through internet, always there will be 7 benefits or 10 benefits. Suppose you want to say Chaban Prash, immediately you will see through the 10 benefits of Chaban Prash or the 7 benefits. Do you know this? Are you aware of it? 10 benefits. So I have also 10 benefits of Java.
物を買うときに、例えばその商品のウェブサイトなどを見ると、例えば茶碗プラス、アユルベダの、のサプリメントなんですけれども、このサプリメントの、利点、10個ぐらいが並んでるんですね。国宣伝に使う。で、ジャパにもこの10個の利点がある。
As in the Japanese, there is a proverb to kill two birds with one stone. It's seki nicho. So you can call it, we can kill 10 birds with one stone.
一石二鳥と言われるんですけど、こちら、それから皆様に話す利点を、聞くと、一石十鳥。
So the power of God, how it helps. So we are just now giving you the points. First of all, the mind is very restless. Many thoughts want to appear and at random. Now job helps. How it helps? Because it excludes other thoughts. When you focus on a particular thought, focus your mind on a particular thought, that is the name of God. So if you focus on that, automatically it excludes other thoughts. In that way, the mind becomes calm and quiet.
一つ目は、心はいつも落ち着かないので、さまざまな雑念が湧いてくる。でも、ジャパーとなることによって、一つの、対象に集中して、他の雑念を除外する。対象というのは神様です。
Then how to resist negative, harmful, unwanted thoughts and memories? The best positive way is to chant the name of the Lord. If you chant the name of Lord, it will resist the other harmful and negative thoughts and memories.
二つ目は、否定的あるいは有害的な考えや、 記憶を抵抗するにも、有効的ですね。はい、効果をそうします。
Because if you just think, I don't want to think, I don't want to think, in one sense you are thinking. You say, I don't want to think this harmful thought, negative thought, but in one sense you are actually thinking, isn't it? So the positive way is not to think at all about it, just chant the name of Lord.
考えたくないと思っても結局考えたくないことについて考えてしまうから、それではなくて神様の名前を唱えた方が、心をそこから引き出していい方向に向いてしまいます。
Now the third point is, first I say it appears and you resist. The third point is how to prevent the rise, even the rise of these thoughts. That japa will help you.
で、さっきのポイントは、悪い考えが現れてきたときに抵抗するですけれども、今は、将来にも、現れないように、未然に防ぐ力があります。
Then number 4, composition of our mind, sattva, rajas, tamas. So as we know, mostly our mind composition is like that, though there are some sattva elements there, but the greater proportion is of tamas and rajas. And as a result, we have attachment, we have desires, we have jealousy, we have egotism, all these negative things are there and we suffer. Now, how to grow sattva, how to eliminate rajas or tamas? The best way is to chant the name of the Lord.
私たちの心の中に、サッヴァラジャスタマスがあるんですけれども、主にラジャスとタマスが優勢で、それの結果で、執着、欲望、嫉妬、傲慢などがあって苦しむ。で、私たちがそれを避けるためにサットワを増やしたいから、最善の方法はジャパを唱えることです。
Because God is full of sattva. So then when we think of God, then we will also become sattva, sattik.
神様はサットワに満ちているので、神様のことを考えると私たちも、サットワで満たされるでしょ
う。Then number 5, how can we counter the effect of bad karma? Which I did in the previous lives. Sometimes it bothers us, isn't it? We are suffering because of our bad karma in previous lives, over which we have no control now. So bad karma, the effect of bad karma will be reduced or sometimes completely eliminated by repeating, chanting the name of God. So that's why God is called Karma Nasha, who eliminates all karma, bad karma, of course, here mentioned, Karma Nasha. Have you heard this word, Karma Nasha? So one who destroys the effect of bad karma, so that's why God is called Karma Nasha. You want to?
What?
Achha, okay.
そして過去に、犯してしまいました、悪業法、悪いカルマの結果、今コントロールできないんですけれども、そうですね、その結果を、軽減したりあるいは完全に消滅する、ためにジャパが有効です。神様はカルマナシャ、すべてのカルマを、特に悪いカルマを滅ぼすお方という名前もあります。
So by the grace of God, you see, where there would be a possibility of big accident because of bad karma in previous life, there would be pinprick. So that is by the grace of God when you chant the name of God.
例えば神様の恩寵で、片足を失うほどの大きな事故が、 運命で定められたけれども、そのマントラを唱えた結果で、針に刺されたぐらいの小さな痛みに、済んだ。
Then 6. How can we expiate the sins which we have committed in this life, for which sometimes we are full of repentance, and sometimes we worry about the effect of that sin which we committed in this life. So, God's name will eliminate the sin. That's why God's name is called Papa Nashakam. Papa means sin, which destroys the sin. Papa Nashakam. So in Khandana Bhava Bandhana, our song, there is 3 words are there. Mochana agha dushana jaga bhushana chidghanakai. A mochana agha means sin. Mochana agha dushana, that means Sri Ramakrishna destroys the sin. So in that way, the name of the Lord expiates the sin committed in this life. Papanashakam.
そして、神様の、名前をとなると、根性で、犯した、罪の結果を償います。だから神様もパパナーシャカン、罪を滅ぼすお方という名前もあります。私たちが夕方毎日と、皆歌うカンダナバワーには同じようなことが書いてあります。スリラマクリスタンはすべての罪を滅ぼすお方よ。
Then number 7, how to get rid of loneliness, helplessness, emptiness in heart, fear, anxiety. The best way is to repeat the God's name, because by repeating God's name, we feel some sort of connectedness with God. Then we'll feel God is with us. So if we feel that, then our helplessness, loneliness, fear, anxiety, it will help us to face this type of situations.
そして、孤独感、寂しさ、無気力、恐怖、不安などという、気持ちに襲われるときに、マントラを唱えることによって神様とつながっていることを感じるため、この否定的な感情を軽減することができます。
Then number 8, why can we concentrate during meditation? Because the main reason is this: only we try to meditate for some time in a day, while all the times we are thinking of secular thoughts and engaged in secular works. So if we continue to repeat the God's name many times a day, in that way some sort of connectedness will be there with God, so that during meditation time that will help. That's the logic of it. But if you for 30 minutes if you try to meditate, but 23 hours and 30 minutes you either sleep or you work or you gossip or then automatically while you sit for meditation for 30 minutes, those thoughts will come in a natural way. You can't resist. That's why it's a great justification to remember God throughout the day, so that there's always some sort of connection already you have with God. So then this will help you to concentrate during meditation. Because many people complain, why can we not concentrate? For that, God is not responsible. Guru is not responsible. You are responsible. We are responsible. So try to understand the logic of it. Why our mind is not concentrated during meditation. So God's name, repeating God's name throughout the day will help us to concentrate during meditation. And when you have deep meditation, it will also help you. It's a mutual to remember God at other times of the day. You got it? Yeah.
私たちは、座って瞑想するときに、ちゃんと神様のことに集中できないと、歌えることが多いですけれども、私たち一日中、神様以外のことばっかり考えると、 例えば1日30分だけ神様のことを考えるが、その他の時に世俗的なことを考えると、もう神様に集中しようとしたら他の、考えが入ってきて、不可抗力的に入ってくるので抵抗できない。なので一日中できるだけ神様のことを考えたいならジャパを唱えて、でジャパが唱えると、瞑想が深くなって、で瞑想が深くなると他の時にも神様とつながっていることも、実感することができます。
Then number 9, how to increase the love of God. We say grow love of God, but how to grow the love whom we have not seen? So one method is this: the more we chant the name of God, then by the grace of God we can grow the love for God. We feel God more close to us.
そして見たことのない神様に対してどのように、その愛情の、感情を増やすことができるんですか。その答えに対してジャパを唱えることで、神様とつながっている、ことを実感するから愛情も増やすことができます。
And then that's the number 9. The number 10 is this. You see, everyone is overcome by the fear of death, especially just before dying. You are so much overpowered by the fear of death. Number 1. Number 2, it is said, whatever you think just before death, that will influence our next birth. So that's why the Bharata, King Bharata, who became sage Bharata, thinking of deer, in the next life became a deer. So this is the most important time, what we think before death. So if we continuously, or I should say repeatedly, chant the name of God, then by the sheer force of habit, we can remember the name of God before death. So first of all, this thought will come: God is with me, God was with me, God is with me while I die, God will be with me after my death. Number 1. Number 2, as I said, if we remember, you see, we grow the habit of chanting the name of God, then as a force of habit, God's name will automatically appear in our mind. Otherwise, before death, there's suddenly there's a surge of attachment, or tremendous pain of the disease. There's every chance that it will make us forget about God. So that's why this practice of chanting of God will help before death. So these are the 10 benefits of chanting God's name.
で、最後の10番目は、死ぬ恐怖を、減らします。私たちはもちろんその死が近づいてくると、恐怖を感じるかもしれないので、その神様の名前を唱えるとその恐怖が減ります。あと、死の瞬間に考えたことが私たちの、次の、時世生まれ変わる方向が決まるので、バハラタのように、死禍を考えて死禍になった、ことを、思い出すと、そういうふうにならないように神様の名前を常に唱えること、にすることで、それは習慣になって、自然とその神様の考えが死ぬ時に現れてくる。例えば、神様は私と前に一緒にいらっしゃって、今も、未来もずっと私と一緒にいらっしゃるということも、実感することができます。
And the final result is this, that you will realize the truth, you will realize God. That's the greatest effect of repeating the practice, habit of repeating the God's name, which is the ultimate result of this Sahaja Yoga, or Japa Yoga.
サハジャヨガの結果は神様あるいは究極の真理を悟ることです。
In that way, our life will be fulfilled.
これによって私たちの、人生が、充実したものになるでしょう。
Okay. ありがとうございました。Leo, thank you. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. So I believe our lunch is ready. So let us go straight to lunch.
But Maharaj, didn't we just hurry up like those that chant the 1,000 names of